Welcome to the next session on Arduino based systems. Few of you may be wondering, so we have spent a lot of time in discussing fundamentals, so how the remaining major part of the subject will be covered. But there is no need of worry. There are two things. Number one is that when the fundamentals are very clear, the additional details in the remaining part are more easy to understand because these are just many implementation issues. So because of that, there should not be any problem in understanding all those things at quite ease. I am very much sure that there is no need for you to worry about the coverage of the syllabus as such. So now we go for what is called as Arduino board. There are three things now. The discussion in an engineering college lecture now and the discussion which was happening few decades back, there is a fundamental difference. The contents which are going to be discussed are already available on the globe, in the what we can say on the global platform, like being a student, privileged students of a Google University. You can very easily find out what the teacher is going to tell. He is going to talk something sense or he's just bluffing. So all the information which I am telling is not new. There is no rocket science in this. Only thing is that what is the role of the engineering teacher then? Role of an engineering teacher. Role of an engineering college teacher now is to make the things simpler to understand and not to tell the things. Things are already there, which are easily available. Means now, if a student goes to Google, searches, finds a Wikipedia page, reads the information and his understanding of that information itself, and a teacher telling something in the classroom and then ability of the student to understand the same thing, there has to be some improvement. So we are here, the lectures are arranged so as to make the things simpler. So before mid-semester examination, we have spent a lot of time, maybe few of you may say more than necessary, in understanding the structure of microprocessor, memory chip, I/O devices, and including all of them together into a single chip, that is a microcontroller. So that microcontroller is the basis, is the fundamental thing, is the crux of an Arduino board. Now we are so much used to computer that something without interface of computer is difficult to think about. So computer interface is there for Arduino board. So what is an Arduino board now? And remember, whatever I am telling is the information required for simpler understanding. I am very much sure that all the syllabus is available to you. A very smart guy from your class can prepare the notes of entire syllabus in somewhat simpler form by independently searching the contents on the internet. So there is no need for me to include all those things and repeat here. What I am trying to do, the information I am going to explain here is in simpler form. Therefore, few extraordinary students from your class may find that it is incomplete, not sufficient. So if it is so, then I am sure that you will believe in me that the same has been skipped because that is considered not to be so necessary for simpler understanding. So Arduino board consists of a microcontroller chip. Arduino board consists of a microcontroller chip. And obviously it is having an interface with computer. I trying to explain in very simple words what is an Arduino board, how it functions. So an Arduino board consists of a exactly which chip number and all that is not important. In practical sessions you may know something, or otherwise also you can understand those things. So it consists of a microcontroller chip. What microcontroller chip consists of? Microcontroller chip consists of, again it is in very crude form, just for your understanding. Don't explain it somewhere else as if it is some very classical information. Don't see, whatever I explain here is to enable understanding of the students. It is in very crude form. So what is if in a simple words, what is a microcontroller? Don't write this equation anywhere else and don't tell it to anybody else except in our class. Microcontroller is equal to a microprocessor chip. Plus memory plus I/O devices. So a microcontroller chip is a single chip which includes microprocessor chip plus memory where program and data is stored, and plus some I/O devices of which pins are available to the user. So being a microprocessor chip, inside it can run a program. The program is available inside the chip itself because it includes memory as well. And the human interface is possible through I/O ports, through I/O instead of devices. I make a small change. I/O ports or I/O lines. So through what is I/O? Again remember that I/O is a specific memory location whose individual contents are accessible to human being with the help of separate pins. So it is not something very different than it is. Scientifically speaking, it is a memory location. So just like here, those who want can go towards thinking of AI based things. What is it? So what is a microcontroller chip? Microcontroller chip means just like in a biology, then we can say what is a cell, virus, then bacteria, and then lively entities like that. Everything is prepared using atoms and molecules, but how it becomes different, like that a microcontroller chip is prepared of logic gates only. Microcontroller chip is prepared of logic gates only, but obviously it has to have sequential devices, flip-flops to prepare memory. But because of its peculiar structure, the same hardware can be made to function in different ways. That is called as programming. So it consists of a microprocessor chip, memory, and I/O ports. Now a question will be how I'm asking some very fundamental questions. So when there was microprocessor and memory, then you can separately write program in the memory. Remember, if you have a microprocessor and memory, the same microprocessor can't write a program in the memory, because how it will write? It can't write program. So the memory consists of some part which is remaining stored even if power supply is not there, and some part which is remaining stored as long as power supply is there, that is read write and read only, we can say. So that means what there is a microprocessor based system. What that system should do when it is started, that is program is developed by a programmer, and that is written into the memory called as nowadays all those words have become irrelevant because everything is now fast. Erasable and programmable read-only memory. So that is written by some different utility. Now some advanced utility that can write the program means what you can develop when entire microprocessor logic is known to you. You can, and you want that system to work for some atomized role in an industry, you can write you can prepare what program it should run. That program must reside in memory. So by separate technique you can put that program in the memory. So once you put that program in the memory, that microprocessor based system will be dedicated system for that functioning. Now if it is microcontroller, then that memory also is inside. That memory also is inside the chip itself. Now there are no separate chips. So microcontroller chip consists of what? Supply pins plus 5 volt and ground, and IO pins. So other pins I will not specify right now. Supply pins and IO pins, depending upon small chip or large chip, number of IO pins which are brought outside will vary. So supply pins and IO pins are there for microcontroller. So once this introduction is over, I will explain in detail what kind of IO pins are available. So now what happens? Once you switch the system on, obviously there has to be a reset. It needs to be told. Otherwise, they will not be proper functioning. So upon power, when the power is made on, there is a circuit called as power on reset circuit. There is a circuit called as power on reset circuit. So that resets the system and microcontroller starts executing the program which is there. Microcontroller starts, I am explaining very slowly because it is very important. Microcontroller starts executing the program which is there in the memory, which is inside the chip from address 0. So microcontroller chip contains microprocessor memory. After reset, I am using very preliminary crude language, so I hope you understand it. Microprocessor inside microcontroller starts executing the program from address 0. What that program is? Who is to write that program? Earlier, the programming is possible by a different technique, that the memory inside that chip can be programmed by using there is a separate, this is microcontroller, this is microprocessor, this is memory. A microcontroller chip, inside that microprocessor part, memory part. Microprocessor accesses memory. But for that purpose, so microprocessor inside microcontroller executes the program which is there in the memory. But how the program comes in the memory? So for that purpose, there is an alternative method by which program can be written in the memory by, it is called as PROM programming, programmable read-only memory. Then there are different pins through which I can store what I want in the memory. Now listen, that you suppose if that you are obedient students, so it is decided that from tomorrow you will follow whatever is there in your daily scheduled diary, may be now a conventional diary or some Android based app, that get up at 6 a.m, start reading Arduino board programming, like that. But the question is, what you are microprocessor chip, that your diary is memory. So what you do, you read the diary and act. But who writes the diary? Then what is written in the diary? So a teacher will give you that diary. It is written in the diary itself. So in the next year when you go, is it okay for you if you continue reading Arduino based programming? No. So in next year, some different diary is to be given to you. So that diary which dictates you is written by somebody else, by some other method, that right now you need not worry about. So the memory inside microcontroller chip can be written separately. That is called as PROM, programmable read-only memory. Few decades back, it was possible that you can write only once. Then that is ROM, while manufacturing. Then the technique was you can write using some kind of a different method, but you can't erase that. For erasing that, you needed ultraviolet rays exposure. That is called as erasable programmable read-only memory. EPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory. But again, putting that in the UV light, and it was somewhat tedious. Then technology advanced, and there is now E-square PROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. It is just like you can write, you can erase separately, and again you can rewrite, and the same will continue to be there even if power supply is not there. That is important. So you can write that. So the microprocessor inside microcontroller of an Arduino board upon reset executes the program which is there in the memory, which has been written by somebody else separately. Now, there are that's fine. So what that program can be? That program can be using these I/O lines for some application. Now, what is the purpose of computer interface? That is the next part of it. So, microcontroller consists of different types of memory. First is, I am just telling you, EPROM, which is their factory program. That is, you don't think of, it can be changed, but right now you don't think of changing it. So it contains a fixed program. Now, such kind of Arduino board will not be useful for a general user, because I want to develop some program. Suppose if I want some application, a simple application. What that simple application can be? That simple application can be some, just like some on off. Somehow what application is, there should be some kind of on off switch. I put the things, maybe that staircase wiring was one of the very specific applications in electrical wiring. Now you want some lamp to be controlled by 2-3 switches. As a simple example, if both switches are on, lamp should be on. If one is off, lamp should be. You can have various arrangements. So in a bedroom, suppose that you want one switch to be near the bed, one switch at the entry. So that kind of logic you want to develop. So what will you do? There is one switch. There is switch 2. So a very simple application I am telling. So there is a microcontroller. To that microcontroller there are 2 input pins. I have pulled them up to +5 volts so that when the switch is off, it is taken as logic 1 without any confusion. S1, S2, and there is one output pin. These are input pins. This is an output pin, and based on the output pin, you have a relay. What is a relay? A relay is a contactor, so that you are having AC mains. It is very simple application I am telling. AC mains. Then what will you do? Is a relay. This is a relay. So if this pin is on, this relay will be short, the lamp will glow. If this pin is off, the relay will be open, lamp will not glow. Then what the program inside microcontroller should be? You should continuously read switches S1 and S2. You should continuously read switches S1 and S2, and based on some logic, if both are, you can have any logic you can put. If both are on, lamp should glow. But in that case, what will happen? Switch at one end and switch at the other end, you can't work. So what you can do, if this is Y, output Y, if you make Y equal to S1 XOR S2, if either both are on or both are off, Y will be 0. If one is on and one is off, Y will be 1. So you can control what the microcontroller should do. Continuously read S1, read S2, Y is equal to S1 plus S2, that's all. So continuously check both inputs, and the XORing of these inputs is to be output on pin Y. So the microcontroller will continuously do that. Read the input, read the output, and deliver. Read the input 1, input 2, and deliver output to Y. So this you can develop, but the problem is that how will you do that? Because for that the program must reside in the memory. For your Arduino board to do that, program must reside in the memory. So who is to develop that program, and how you will be able to put that in the memory? For that purpose now, what is done is that earlier, remember that maybe 4 decades back, it was not so easy for you to develop the program and put it in the memory. Now it's very easy that What is written in the EEPROM now? In the EEPROM, a program, listen very carefully. EEPROM consists of a program written from when system becomes on. After reset, the microcontroller chip executes the program in the EEPROM. This program in the EEPROM is establishing a connection with computer using two serial communication pins. Using two serial communication pins. That is, one is output, one is like this. Listen very carefully. I am trying my level best to explain. I again repeat that all this information is not classical information. Everything or rather all information in the subject is available on internet. That is not the purpose. My purpose is that you are the first year of engineering course, so you must be able to understand what is going on. So the program is written in the initial part of the memory of microcontroller, which will of microcontroller of Arduino board, which will establish a communication, with computer. Suppose if you go to job at a new place. So do you listen? I am trying to give you very simple examples. When you go to the job at a new place, do you know what is to be done? You don't know the job profile. So when you report to your superior on the first day. So what is known to you when you go to the job? Report to somebody. So just like my Arduino board establishes communication with computer. Then when you report to your superior, that he will tell you what to do next. Like that. Now listen very carefully. The Integrated Development Environment IDE of an Arduino board is a user-friendly program. Integrated Development Environment of an Arduino board is a user-friendly program which runs on the computer, which allows us to prepare. Now I would like to be very clear that maybe 3-4 decades back, assembly language programming, the instructions and all these things are there in binary, ones and zeros, bytes. One memory location is of 8 bit. So 8 bits are collectively uttered from all zeros to all ones. There will be 256 symbols. So 4 bits are taken to that is nibble. So 1 nibble 0000 to 1111 is encoded using the digits, hex digits 0 to 9 and A to F. So 8-bit number starts from 00, ends with FF. So that is the actual the instructions and all that is there in binary. Binary is very long to specify. 4 bits are taken to that is hex. So it's hex code, actually instructions. Now that hex code is somewhat difficult to understand, so that some kind of words which are having meaning in English. So for example, for 8085, MVIA, move immediately to accumulator. MVIA is meaning 3E. So hex language, hex code, opcode. So the various hex codes are given some English language symbols, meaningful symbolic words, that is assembly language. And then it was required to master assembly language to be an efficient programmer 4 decades back, 3 decades back rather. But now that is not required, it is redundant. Arduino assembly language is not required to be understood by an individual. Rather, there is a syntax in which you can use Arduino pins as you want. So, a higher level, we can say Arduino language. It's a very good word. Higher level Arduino language is there. So, what you can do is, it is possible for you to prepare a program which should listen very carefully. It is possible for you to prepare a program which will reside in memory of the microcontroller chip of the Arduino board and do what you desire. So for that, in an Arduino language, you can write a program in integrated development environment. You can compile that program which will be converted into the assembly language of that particular Arduino, which will be further converted into the hex code which should reside in the memory, and then that hex code will be transferred from computer in the microcontroller memory, and then the program in the EEPROM of the microcontroller board will transfer control to the downloaded program in the memory. All this is very complex, and once understood, every Arduino is very simple. I will explain in Marathi. Arduino, those who don't know Marathi should bear with me. I am very much sure that they will also understand by this bombardment of language. Arduino बोर्डवर एक मायक्रोकंट्रोलर असतो. मायक्रोकंट्रोलर म्हणजे मायक्रोप्रोसेसर चिप प्लस मेमरी प्लस आयओ पोर्ट्स. त्या मेमरी मध्ये 2 पार्ट असतात. एक EEPROM असते ज्यामध्ये ऑलरेडी पहिला प्रोग्राम आलेला असतो मॅन्युफॅक्चरर सोबतच. त्यानंतर एक फ्लॅश मेमरी असते की ज्या फ्लॅश मेमरी मध्ये या EEPROM मध्ये असा प्रोग्राम असतो की जो प्रोग्राम कॉम्प्युटरशी या Arduino बोर्डला कनेक्ट करेल आणि तुम्ही जो प्रोग्राम डेव्हलप कराल तो कॉम्प्युटर कडून घेऊन ह्या फ्लॅश मेमरी मध्ये लोड करेल आणि त्यानंतर ह्या प्रोग्रामला कंट्रोल ट्रान्सफर करेल. सो इट इज पॉसिबल फॉर यू टू प्रिपेअर ए प्रोग्राम. इट इज पॉसिबल फॉर यू to prepare a program and send that program on the Arduino board in the memory of the microcontroller based system, so that that program will start running, and that program starts running means that program will do whatever you want the Arduino board to do. And for that purpose, a very simple user friendly Arduino language is made available. That Arduino language is just like C language, so that you understand exactly how the sequence is to be written to achieve whatever you want. So I hope that this is very simple way of explaining the Arduino board. in the next session, immediately after 2-3 minutes, in the next what we can say video, you will understand further details of the microcontroller chip. Thank you.